You good? All right, Cody. Congrats, man. Back-to-back wins in the UFC. How does that feel for you?
I'm a little disappointed in my performance, so I'll have to go back and watch it, but you're always calculating submission over position over submission, risk versus reward. I felt like I played a little safer than I needed to tonight. I knew I was going to dominate on the ground and have the ability to keep him there, and I was shooting for submissions. He did a really good job of defending the arm triangle, defending a couple front choke attempts. So I have to go back and watch it, but I'm trying to hurt somebody. I'm trying to go in there. I'm not making $1 million a fight, so my silver lining is the bonus. Obviously you want to win fights. That's important to stay here, winning. But I'm here to put on exciting fights for the fans. I know Chad was looking for it. So I'm a little disappointed in myself. That's all.
Yeah, is it just because you didn't get the finish? You won every round. You got a 10-8 from one judge. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the fans are here to, think about how starved these people are from watching live fights. You come to a place like this, it's a fight town. I've met a lot of cool people since I've been here, and I was able to give some tickets to some locals that met, and really, really nice people, firefighter guy, and different people, and you want to put on a show. So, the lactic acid started building up. I got a little tired holding them there. I think sometimes holding the guy down is more tiring than being down there, So that was a part of it too. So just stuff to go back home with my team and grow from and learn from, and hopefully, be able to come back and put on a better performance the next time out.
Given your disappointment, do you make big changes, or do you think if you get a different opponent the right night and that just happens for you?
I think he did a really good job of defending some of those chokes. Really thought I had him sunk in. He did the defense I like to do from that choke, and he did it really well every time too. I think just getting more comfortable. I've got 34 fights now if you count the Ultimate Fighter. So I'm an old head and been doing this forever, but something about the bright lights, I'm still just not as comfortable as I feel like I should be. So going home, I'll learn from it. I'm happy to get the win. My wife and my kids will be happy I'm not hurt. But definitely a lot of growth, I think, still to go.
You say you're an old head, but on the broadcast, Brendan Fitzgerald described you as an exciting up-and-coming bantamweight. So what do you think about that?
Hey, and I was saying that the other day when we got here and I did an interview with UFC.com. I'm 37 years old, but when I was in the UFC 10 years ago, the guy today would beat the hell out of that guy. So, I love the internet. I know how the internet loves to call me an old man all the day, and I got to stop listening to that stuff, I still feel good. The guy you saw out there tonight is the best version that there is. So now it's just about leveling up every single time, and just being confident. Confidence has always been the thing I struggle with. So 2 in a row. I'm going to build on that momentum, and hopefully some authentic confidence comes along with it.
Yeah, given that confidence, are you confident enough to say who or when you would like to fight next?
My wife's going to get mad at me. Because I heard that pay-per-view in January might be heading to LA. That's a little quicker than my wife probably would like. Might be even a little quicker than I would like to but because we have just been going back to back to back. But if they're coming to LA in a big pay-per-view card, it's not something I could say no to, so we'll see what happens, I like fun fights. They gave me Chad. They gave me Kelleher before that. Those are guys that like to come out and entertain. I promise you the next time out it'll be a lot of entertainment, so that's what I'm shooting for whenever it is. I want to fight as often as possible, so. Yeah, if they're going out to LA in January on big pay-per-view, the new Clipper Stadium, forgot the sponsor of the place, but whatever it's called. Into it? Oh, I hate that stuff. I hate how they call all the stadiums after a freaking insurance company or whatever. But, yeah, if they're doing that, man, I'd love to be out there and do that with them.
Cody, congrats on the win tonight. You mentioned confidence is something that you've always kind of struggled with, and I'm just curious. I mean, when you came into the UFC the first time, 2014, and I think your first fight was Aljo. We all know where his career went. So comparatively, how much more prepared, how much more confident are you now, even having to grow a little more?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still good friends with Aljamain, and he was texting me earlier today with advice because one of his teammates fought this guy that I fought tonight. So he had some words of wisdom. Hey, here, look for this, look for this. So it's great to stay in contact with him. And that's what you would think, right? I fought the who's who. I fought multiple guys who have fought for the belt. You would think I'd be oozing with confidence, but I'm not, and that's the reality of it. So it's something I got to continue to work through in my head. Why I don't think I deserve the things that happen, I think is something that it's one of those things like you got to deal with internally, So still something I'm working on for sure.
I know some people have gone like the sports psychologist route, stuff like that. Have you ever gone that direction?
Yeah, years ago I did. And there's a couple people I've talked to and worked with a little bit. But maybe that's something I need to explore more, is that mental coaching side of it, because, something's just not there that should be there, I feel like. And that's just honesty. A lot of guys will come up here and they'll tell you, I'm this or I'm that, and I'm so... but I'm a pretty open book kind of guy. Like you get what you see, and so yeah, it's something I gotta work on for sure.
And last one for me, you mentioned in Edmonton, like meeting up with fans, giving away some tickets, which is very cool to hear. Some people go into enemy territory and they either love it or they like playing spoiler. But it sounds like you had a very positive experience. Is that the norm for you?
I'm an explorer, man. I love to visit new places. I come from nothing, so just the opportunities to travel. Like, I've never had a lot of opportunities like that to do a lot of those things. So I go to a new place, man. I love eating cuisine, talking to locals. I'm out on the street when the guys start lining up at the hotel, like getting their little signatures. I'm out there talking to them and shooting the shit and having a good time. And I always just love to travel and explore. So I've met some really cool people since I've been here. We're going to stay an extra day and go to Old Strathcona. Somebody correct me. Old Strathcona. We're going to stay at an Airbnb over there and kind of check out White Lane, something like that. So we're excited, But yeah, it's been a great experience coming out here and meeting some of the locals for sure.
Very cool. Enjoy the food now. You can eat.
I know. What's it called again?
Poutine?
Poutine. That's what I'm having later tonight, yeah.
Make sure it's not the same one as Derek Lewis. It may.
I know, right? I know.
Cody,
he called it something else, yeah.
Cody, obviously tonight was the first UFC event. 12-6 elbows were legal. Downed opponent rules were also implemented and changed tonight too. Was that something that you focused on in your camp?
Yeah, for sure. The 12-6 elbows, I knew if I landed in a dominant position like mount, that I'd be trying to throw him, and I did. The ref came up to me after the fight and said, "You were the first person to ever cut a guy with a 12-6 elbow legally." So I said, "Hey man, if nothing else, I'll go down in the history books for that one, right?" But from the back, when you get a guy down against the cage, more often than not they tripod to get back to their feet. And I'm such a long, awkward guy. I can have your back and my legs be way out in front of you, and I thought for sure I'm gonna land on the beneath from there, but it didn't work out that way. But yeah, I think it will continue to change the game. A lot of times guys will defend elbow strikes with their arm, and side elbows are hard to land that way, but when they block with their arm, some guys will shoot it down the middle like a knife. Problem with that is you're really exposing your hip, almost like you're doing a big overhand or something. So that just 12-6 is a really lethal thing. So I'm excited to continue to explore it and hopefully continue to use it.
Yeah, you talked about possibly fighting on that LA card. Davy Grant was somebody that you were matched with earlier on this year. Would that be a fight that would interest you going forward? I guess as a guy who likes to stand and bang as well, the type of fighter that you'd like to face off against.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that fight. Unfortunately, he had a neck injury. I saw that he had another fight. I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. But I was telling my coach the other day, I was like, hey, I heard Davy Grant's back and he's fighting somebody. But it's one of those fights you're going to leave bloody and beat up and probably take a trip to the hospital afterwards. When you fight a guy like Davy Grant, it's going to be a car crash. I don't know why I like that, but I do. My wife will probably say, "You idiot," But yeah, if Davy was available, that's a fight I think we both were looking forward to. We could match each other standing. We could match each other on the ground. would love that fight for sure.
Thank you, Cody. Congrats. And if you're looking for a good place to eat Mexican, Julio's on White Ave is a quite good spot. If you're
I appreciate it. Julio's. Maybe we're going to hit up Julio's tomorrow. Thank you. That it, guys? All right. Have a good night, guys.